This is not the scariest thing in the campaign. It gets scarier than this. Hello everyone who's ever started building an entire world and realized slightly too late that that is a lot of work. I am BorderWise, and welcome back to From the Depths, and more specifically, welcome back to a custom campaign update. It has actually been a very long time since we've done an actual video update on this custom campaign, which started kind of 2 years ago, and it's been a year, a little bit over a year, of me doing basically regular live streams, just working on it, and that's just me, that's just what I'm doing on it. A whole bunch of other cool people have been beavering away frantically off camera, building vehicles, testing them, refining them, like doing stuff with the map editor, and just generally making the whole campaign possible. The campaign is called Plutono, for anyone who doesn't know. It used to be called Canoemageddon, but no one made any friggin' canoes for it, not even me, so it got renamed, and that's where we are. So, you probably have guessed by the thumbnail and the title that we're doing a faction overview. That is because we have finally filled out the roster, a very big roster, for the first faction, the starter faction. You can't see me do air quotes, but I'm doing them anyway. The starter faction, the Hawa Confederation. So, we've got a lot of work left. Don't expect to see this campaign finished, like, soon. It should hopefully be done soon-ish, depending on what happens. Incidentally, if you're going to do a custom campaign for yourself, for the love of everything, keep it small, keep it, like, very small. I mean, like, I'm talking like your first one should be, like, one faction the player should fight, and they should have, like, 5 to 10 vehicles. Plutono has 400 or more, and Hawa already has a crap ton of vehicles. Like, this is all the ones that are in here now. It is a lot. It is a huge amount. And it's just like, well, we're going to go over some of them. Not all of them, there's too many. There's probably too many for a custom campaign, but there they are. But before we do that, huge thank you. Ginormous thank you. Like, imagine a big thank you. Not big enough, imagine it bigger. To the whole community, everyone who's submitted designs, everyone who has been active in the custom campaign Discord, our own little Plutono section, and special thanks in particular for Arnat and Henry Wong for organizing that Discord and just doing things with spreadsheets and with the map editor and all that stuff. Henry Wong especially took over map editing duties, thank goodness. And also Knifekun for a script that makes it a lot easier to actually add vehicles into the map editor. By the way, the map editor in From the Depths sucks. It objectively sucks. The developers have no interest in fixing it, so we just have to suffer. And also, thanks to John McFist for, in the nick of time, uploading a test version of Plutono with all the current vehicles in it, which makes my life a lot easier because it means I don't have to rummage through folders in order to spawn them. And thank you, to Downrack Train for actually writing the script for this video, basically, because we're going to be going through the Hawa Confederation. We're going to be going over what is their scariest stuff, the stuff to look out for, bearing in mind the campaign's not finished, a lot of these could change, some of these vehicles might even be cut out, we don't know yet, but it's too much fun. And also apologies for doing this before the Scarlet Dawn faction overview. The Scarlet Dawn has yet to be updated. I've been assured by my Kotl contact, Serb, that is going to happen soon-ish, so bear that in mind. Okay, firstly, we should discuss the campaign and, who's who. So, you're going to see a lot of scrolling text on screen right now. Hopefully I remember to edit it in. Plutono. The lore, which I wrote, by the way. The planet. Plutono is an Earth-sized planet. Its northern hemisphere mainly covered in scattered islands due to low tectonic activity not causing land masses to rise. The climate is generally colder than that of Earth, with the north of the planet covered by the only large continent, which is mostly cold desert. The southern half of the planet is almost devoid of habitable land, being mostly open ocean. This makes the northern hemisphere quite crowded and competitive. So this is just the northern half you're seeing here for Plutono. The people. The native inhabitants of Plutono are virtually indistinguishable from Earth humans, aside from metabolic differences making them more suited to survive a cold, flooded world. Whether there is any connection to Earth or worlds like Neter is unknown. And then we get into the nations. The nation we're going to focus on, the Hawa Confederacy. The Hawa Confederacy has its origins in the ancient diplomatic relations forged between rival tribes, with meetings traditionally occurring on the islands called Badger and Fox. Over time, the threat of foreign powers and the economic benefits caused this loose assemblage of tribal groups to form into a larger and more sophisticated military and economic alliance, which has resulted in the modern Confederacy. The Confederacy is a strange mixture of primitive and advanced technology. Since the islands of their homeland are rich in forests, but lacking in metals and minerals, their primary building material for all their assets, from cutlery to jet fighters, is wood. This is aided by the fact that there are thousands of different tree species at their disposal, many of them fast-growing enough to be harvested in huge quantities. The scarcity of minerals also lends itself to their weaponry. They can manufacture explosives and incendiaries in huge quantities from volatile materials derived from organic matter, but hardened armor-piercing projectiles are not feasible for them to manufacture on a large scale. Their lack of metallic armor for their ships is a real handicap, for their standing as a world power, but they have disproportionately good understanding of engines and organic fuels, which makes their planes and airships far more formidable. And there's member sub-factions of the Confederacy, the first of which is the Mangrove Tribes. The oldest political force within the Hawa Confederation, though no longer the most powerful, and the most traditionally minded. The Mangrove Tribes control Weckland, the poorest region that relies mainly on a civilian militia for defense. Most vehicles produced by them are ramshackle, with lots of raw wood, and they cannot afford to maintain planes or airships. Notable examples of their contribution to the Confederation's military includes the commodity and the Urtus. So to give you an idea of these guys, where's the commodity and the Urtus? Where's the Urtus? Do we have that? Or is it the Urtica? There's the commodity. This is our favorite thing to blow up. No, that's the Urtica. My bad. That is definitely correct. I misspelt something. And there's the commodity. The commodity is, like, let's blow up the commodity just while we're here. Because it's funny. 3D Wrecker, who made this, would absolutely want me to do this, so... Yep, commodity is fun to explode. Alright, back to the lore. The cult of the Dryad. The dominating religious authority of the Confederacy, claiming to worship ancient tree spirits. Despite claiming to have originated in ancient times, the cult is actually quite a recent development in the Confederacy's history, a merging of many folk religious traditions into a unified religious organization. They have also been criticized for negatively affecting the wood trade, saturating the market with some woods, and protesting the sale of others that they regard as sacred. One of the most notable actions that the Dryads do is to plant living plants on structures and vehicles. I need to edit this lore. While it is common practice in the Confederacy to put plants on buildings and ships for good luck, the Dryads take it to the extreme. They have been known to transplant entire mature trees onto the craft they build. Their strictly controlled monopoly on the cultivation of the tree species that survive well on ships and airships, growing primarily in the central region of Argent, means they are by far the wealthiest people within the Confederacy, although they don't have the greatest industrial capacity. Examples of their craft included the Drosera and the Rosacea. So, the Drosera, if for anyone who doesn't know, is almost the equivalent of the Marauder for this campaign. It's just hilarious. Where is that? So the Drosera is this fun little fella. This little tree-covered blob, which is tremendously excellent. And this dude is absolutely hilarious because those are not trees on the back. They are... those are missiles. Also, that has a reinforced body that needs to be removed. Whoopsie daisy. Okay then. Speaking of airships, the Skyhold Guild. The primary manufacturer of airships for the Confederacy, the Guild is highly militarized and wealthy, with sleek, pale airships, and makes up most of the Hawa professional military. Controlling Homshal, the main island that borders the Amphitaswa, many of them have connections within the cult of the Dryad, but also employ renegade scientists from other nations that construct outlandish and ridiculous craft and weaponry. Examples of their work include the Previr, Myosotis, and Simbocitra. So, let's spawn those guys in. Where's the Previr? Previr is there. And the Myosotis is... where is it? Am I blind? Nope, I'm not blind. And the Simbocitra, where is that? It's thank goodness I can spawn these things in. Where is the Simbocitra? Is it not here? Uh-oh, it's not here! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Did it get removed? I don't know. Not finished! So there we go, very plain, very practical. Then you got this fella, just straight up airships. Including, who made this thing again? Damn it, Lel made, oh, Lel made this, Eliaval. Forgot all about the cool stuff in there. Alright, final subfaction, unless I'm wrong, the Oaken Admiralty. The Admiralty is a group within the Confederacy whose rise to prominence was made possible by an outside group, the Sewol Republic. Bordering the Republic on the island of Waterland, years of salvaging shipwrecks has meant that they have become the dominant shipbuilders of the Confederacy. Because of technological and cultural exchange with the Republic, they have much more fundamental ships compared to the rest of the Hawa. Being the most secular of the Hawa population, they are suspicious of the cult of the Dryad, and compete with them for recruitment and influence in Weckland, but have a friendly respect and rivalry with the Skyhole Guild. Examples of their naval engineering are the Salix and Agathis. So the Salix has been removed, so I need to remove that. Let's just replace that with something else, but I'll show you the Agathis, because the Agathis is fun. Ducky. Where's the Agathis? Here it is. So the big ships, that's the Admiralty. They like their big ships. What the hell? Yep. Here's the Agathis. Big fella. Big fella. Who said you can't make a battleship out of wood? Someone who is wrong, I tell you. Wrong, I say. Alright, so that's the lore for these guys. Now let's get into the fun bits. Let's talk about map characteristics first of all. So there's lots of islands, there's lots of things to run into in Plutono in general. This is a reasonably dense archipelago with two big land masses. There's one big one. And I guess this is another big one over there. Ocean surrounding Hawa territory is fairly deep and safe for submarines, but it gets quite shallow close to the islands. Reminder for those used to NETA, Plutono is quite a small map. Everything is closer than you might expect it to. It's quite, yes, it is a long and narrow map. I don't know if we'll change that, probably not. It's very distinctive. As for faction characteristics, well, you've already getting a little bit of a hint here as to the faction. Where's the... There we go. Let's hang out on the Agathis, it's good. Whee! So, faction characteristics. They're cost-efficient, fragile craft that make sense of use of APS and missiles, often with signal processors, as they are not allowed to use AP, and hashes are only really effective at larger calibers. I hope you like low to medium caliber heat and a lot of incendiary, because oh boy is that on the menu. In my opinion, this is Downrank Train's opinion, they do a better job of pushing the player into good building habits early than Deepwater Guard. Speaking of, first and foremost, Hawa and Amphitaswa, which is the second faction, are closer, more equivalent to the Lightning Hoods and White Flayers, rather than the Deepwater Guard and Onyx Watch. There are no easy factions that are deliberately badly made in Plutono. Hawa is a technologically advanced nation with resource limitations. They have competent, often meta-built weapons and regularly use things like energy shields and signal processors that might not be expected until the later game. Being made entirely out of cheap materials means Hawa craft tend to be some combination of overgunned, oversized, or quite fast for their cost, which can catch players off guard, especially early on when they might be struggling for resources themselves. So yeah, these guys will rock up on your doorstep and just have too much. Can you please stop committing harakiri on the, on the shallows? I'm trying to tell people how formidable you are. Right, so general strengths. They are high speed, due to wood and reinforced wood being light. They've got high firepower for their cost, again because they're made mostly out of wood. Bulk wooden armor makes piercing weapons inefficient. Many of them spam heat and hash, which can catch you out if your armor air gapping isn't immaculate. Their weaknesses, obviously, Hovercraft are very fragile. You can tell by this one bonking himself on the seafloor a lot. Being made entirely out of low durability materials. They are not allowed to use any kind of energy weapons or railguns and cannot use harden and crams or any kind of kinetic segment in their APS. Actually, maybe they can use reinforced bits in their missiles. I have to check my own rules again. In their more so than durability, the lack of kinetic munitions is probably their biggest weakness, since it severely limits their anti-armor and sea-whiz options. Hovercraft have relatively poor active defense as a result, since flak is so trash, although many larger craft have extensive interceptor and diff sea-whiz systems. That is, in fact, probably what this thing has. It's just got diff sea-whiz somewhere. Let's see, what have you got? This is... Nope, that is not diff sea-whiz. Where do you have diff sea-whiz? Do you have it anywhere? Let's see, you have it where do you have it? There's Flakhead 1, yep, definitely got big Flakhead somewhere. You fool, you damn fool. If I repair you like that, are you going to be stupid? I'm going to set you on God mode so you don't lag my machine. Okay. They also have no, like as mentioned before, no hit scan, lasers or packs, so no super heavy hitting weapons beside missiles and crams, which are both counterable. They can both be shot down or avoided, and they are very vulnerable to fire and lasers because, you know, they're made of frickin' wood. Lasers tear through these guys like no one's business. Most of them don't even have laser defense, like smoke. Basically, Hawa is generally pretty fast and hits pretty hard, but it can't take much of a punch in return, and if you can outspeed them, which is possible if not exactly easy, while being evasive, there's not much that they can do about it. They're Deepwater Guard on steroids because they're not so intentionally limited. They have extreme limitations, but not many of them, you could say. Now, you've got craft to watch out for, so there's some low difficulty and higher difficulty things. So... just gonna add my notes to here. Right, so I'm going to delete everything. That starting fortress, by the way, is the player starting fortress for Platono. Right, so craft to watch out for. Low difficulty threats for inexperienced players. The first one is the side act. Where are you? There you are. So this little fella is just a little canoe fella. It's an easy ship with no active defenses of any kind, but it has well-made 170mm heat APS on a 27k boat. So this guy is dirt cheap and packs heat guns. Can easily kill a rush starter craft and scales very well with numbers. Yeah, swarms of side acts in combat testing. I've seen these things take on much nastier things than them simply because, well, there's just so many of them spamming cheap heat guns. And next is the Cyathea, also cheap as dirt. So here is the Cyathea. Where did I put you? There you are. Huh. This dude just spams missiles. Medium frag incendiary missiles with signal processors. Nasty surprise if a new player is relying on decoys or flares. So you see here, it's just got big missiles and frags, and that's all it is. It is really squishy. It is very, very squishy. Ah, Fluffy made this. It's hilarious. Then you have the Casa, which is an airship. Where are you? No, it's not an airship. It's a ship. This thing's hilarious. This thing is glass cannony even by Hawa standards, but it has a lot of guns. In particular, it is it's 177,000 materials. Massive frag APS broadside that can absolutely shred lightly armored targets in seconds and can deal significant damage to anything that isn't a brick if allowed to. So yeah, there's a running theme with Hawa is that you have to kill them before they get shots off, otherwise they will seriously hurt you. And then there's the Helivera, which is not to be confused with the aloe vera, that's different. Where is the Helivera? I remember where things are. There we go. So this little guy. Cheap, regular difficulty airship with large signal processor missiles and decent APS. Yeah, this guy will just Let's see. Yep. Nice big missiles. Nice big explosive missiles that will explode you. And you have bullets somewhere. A little bit of deco clipping there, right there. That's annoying. And what have we got here? We got some APS. And yep, it's heat shells. They love their heat shells, do Hawa. Lots and lots of heat shells. And then you gotta remember your torpedo interceptors because you've got things like the Urtica. Where are you? There you are. This little dude throws torpedoes at you. Large ones at that. Like, again, signal processors up the wazoo. Unassuming 460k gunboat with 2 powerful large torpedoes. Why have you done this, guys? I'm trying to tell people how formidable you are, and you're just clowning around like this. Then you have the Gardenia. Surprise! Huge torpedo! I love the Gardenia, actually. It's hilarious. Whee! Where are you? Gardenia, we need you. Yeah, this little dude is just like, oh hello, did you remember torpedo defense? I hope you did, because here's one. One huge torpedo can kill much larger SefChol ships if it's not dealt with quickly. The SefChol Republic is a later faction. I hinted at them in the lore, and yeah, that torpedo hurts like hell. I speak from bitter experience. And the Secuta, a light cruiser. Where's the Secuta? There you are. There we go, a little sail ship. Light cruiser with a bunch of large torpedoes and nasty frag incendiary APS to boot. Where is the torps? Where are the torps? Where are the torps? Oh, here are the torps. I think I found them. Yep! Yep, there's the torps. I think this is actually a right side as well. Yep, it is broadside right. This thing faces you right side on and shoots you. It's great. And then there's planes that are plain to see. Lots of planes. One is the Sycamore. Where is the Sycamore? Sycamore. Who wants a B-52? You just found one. This is a big HE cram bomber, really dangerous for surface craft, particularly if it is accompanying something else that draws fire. This is one of those things that if you forget about cram spam and you don't have decent lambs with you or something like that, this thing will ruin your day. Absolutely. Let's just spawn in something. Let's spawn in something unassuming. Let's say we are blinking silly billies and we spawn in. Let's see. Can the Drosera handle this? I think the Drosera will be able to. I think the Drosera will actually kill this, because the Drosera is one of those things that's nastier than it looks. So yeah, I'm not a big believer in cram bombers in general, but sometimes you get something. Sometimes you get something like the Sycamore. Ah, help! Come on, do it again. Come around again. You know you want to. Whee! I'm getting distracted. But anyway, so you got the... Jeez, the camera. So, the Ceratonia. One of the best interceptors in Platono is this thing. Hold on. Ceratonia, 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 Ceratonia. I'm losing control. This little guy. This guy's a menace. See, these are not low-tech planes. They just happen to be made out of wood. One of the best interceptors in Platono, insanely agile with an effective heat ABS and breadboarded flight pattern. Nearly unkillable without hit scan or similar agility. And then you get this thing. The Crepiton. Where are you? Oh, right, I did this wrong. Okay, Crepiton. Was the Crepiton added? Am I gonna have to... Am I gonna have to be rude? John McFest. John McFest. Why you make me do this? Why you make me do this, John McFest? This fella. Who spawns in with friends. So yeah, this guy just has diff guns up the wazoo and will kill you dead if you are not careful. And then you have the Sitka. The Sitka, where are you? There you are. Now, imagine the flying squirrel. Now imagine if it was faster, more agile, and used signal processors on its missiles. Now imagine it was half the cost, so twice as many are potentially spanned at you. That is the Sitka. Good luck. As you can see, this thing drives like... You thought the squirrel was drunk? The Sitka has been hitting the bamboo-flavored moonshine like crazy. So that's just the low difficulty threats. There's some higher ones. So, starting off with, there's airships. The airships in Hawa, like the Deepwater Guard, the airships are where things you can... That's where you might poop your pants. The Pamoxylon is one. By the way, all these things are named after trees. So, the Pamoxylon, a regular difficulty cheap heat-spamming broadsider, fast and fairly evasive, can cripple much larger craft quite fast if it is not targeted. Then you have the Tristica. Where are you? Is it the Tristica? No, it's the Aristica. There we go. This fella. Oh, yes. Well, I'm losing my place. Cram Broadsider. Also quite fast. Cram Salvo hurts like hell if it hits. Surprisingly good anti-air capabilities. These are turrets, by the way. If I spawn in something like there's too many craft to, like, spawn in all willy-nilly, but, yeah, we can do stuff like... Hold on. Let's spawn in... Ah, whoops. I did not mean to do that. I did that wrong. I do apologize. I just want to show off how this thing's turrets work. That's broadside crams. You can see this little bastard just flying over there, just ready to broadside. Whee! Hope you remembered your lambs, because otherwise this might happen to you. Kablooey! Alright then. Then there's the Castanea. Where's the Castanea? The Castanea is... needs to be found in alphabetical order. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this is basically a flying gun, as you do. A big horizontal APS system with an airship built around it. Hits really hard and is surprisingly durable, thanks to redundancy. Ablative applique armor, they are allowed to use that. And a ring shield. Lovely, lovely. I seem to recall this thing... Yes, this thing was accidentally built with a railgun. Now it isn't. So yeah, I hope you like wooden frontsiders, because Hawa is full of them. Okay then. And the Rosa... what's it? The Rosa say? There we go. Where are you? There we go. Yep. Remember this guy? I hope you do. Very dangerous heat and hedge spanner with large HE incendiary missiles that can do immense damage. One of Hawa's most dangerous craft. Yeah, I simply must show you what happens when this thing rolls into town. So where is it? What was its name? The Rosa say. There we go. I'll spawn you in like that. I'm going to spawn in a hapless Drosera. Over there. Where are we? Or we could spawn in the root stem. I spawned in the root stem too close. Damn it! Damn it! Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! I don't know. Alright, the root stem can be on different teams. There, go kill. So yeah, remember what I said? These are not trees. They are in disguise. Whee! Hey, you're in Funky Fleet colors. And you're now your superstructure visit. I just remembered that I have this turned on. Whee! Kablooey. I hope you like getting hit with exploding trees, if you plan on playing this campaign. And yep. Lots of bullets also coming your way. Beautiful. We love to use trees. Okay. And last but not least for the airships, the thing that I'm personally terrified of, the pyrophyte. Oh, this thing is scary as hell. Damn it. Damn it to hell. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? So, if you don't know who Kovrax is an evil genius when it comes to building terrifying things out of wood. The pyrophyte is one of their masterpieces. This thing has big diff guns. It has a honking big flamethrower on it somewhere. Yep, there it is. And it'll hurt you. Terrifyingly powerful flamethrower mounted in a fast blimp covered in diff guns. If it gets in range, you are either dead or going to wish you were. Probably the most dangerous craft you are likely to see if you attack Hawa first. Test against the icicle. I'm curious to see what happens. Oh, I know what'll happen. Oh, I know what'll happen. For those of you who don't know, the icicle is one of my better current ships. And, yeah, the pyrophyte's going to annihilate it, probably. Where is it? There it is. There it is. Whoops. Let's go hang out over there instead. Pyrophyte is here. And I'm going to spawn in a hapless victim. I mean, a worthy combatant. Where are you? Palewood ally. Right, I'm sure nothing bad will happen to my battlecruiser. Why am I bad? Why am I bad? My excuse is that this custom campaign has broken me, like, multiple times over. Anyway, pyrophyte. Uh-oh, we missed. Why are you running away? Why are you running away? There's no way we managed to take out its, There's no way we managed to take out its steering. What the hell is happening? We did manage to take out its steering, somehow. Hang on a minute. Redo. Wait, what? Oh! Damn it! I don't want to record this again. There's too much stupid things happening. Alright. It was going for the other pyrophyte. You know what? No, I regret. This video's good. This video's good. There's border foolishness happening. Also, I'm showing off blueprints that you're not supposed to see yet. Dang it. Dang it. Dang this day to heck. Alright, is that all? Good. Oh, I'm so sorry, my boy. I'm so sorry, my boy. Yep. I think it just... What the hell did it do? Just, well, it burned something to death. Who's winning? We got Pyrophyte, 83%, Icicle. The Icicle is probably gonna win, but just barely. Whee! See? If you do more damage than they do, you win eventually. Holy crap. So, fun fact about this. They don't always spawn alone. Alright, well, I'm happy to see that the Icicle can actually beat that. Fun! The Icicle was not exactly thrilled about that. I think we got lucky. It hit a part of the Icicle that isn't tremendously important. Alright, that was fun. Apart from the silliness. There's the big chopper! It is big chopper! Big chopper time! The Belladonna. Whee! Alright, so, the Belladonna, the poster child of Hawa heat spam, other than its small incendiary missiles and seaways, all of its weapons are heat. Large radar-guided missiles hurt really bad, but are fairly slow and lack agility. 2 425mm heat frag. incendiary APS turrets and a horizontal Tetris rapid-fire 245mm heat ABS in the nose means you can be crippled shockingly fast. Planar shields and good overall build quality makes it harder to kill than you think. Updated blueprint with fixed missiles below. I think I got that one. I think this is the correct one. Let's see, how many guns could it possibly have? Now I want to test this thing against the icicle. Apologies for not showing off what every single craft can do. There are a lot of them. There are a great many. Let's see. Belladonna. Deadly Nightshade. Right. Icicle. Whoops. Oops. 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 Right. Let's see how quickly the thing kills us, or vice versa. I frickin' love diff guns. I love them. Icicle is winning. I think by sheer accident the Icicle is actually pretty good at, like, dealing with these things. What just got killed? Whee! Hooray! The Icicle, by the way, is mostly out of wood as well, so... Oh no, this thing is bobbing up and down all willy-nilly, being all evasive. Who is winning? Icicle's at 99%, and Belladonna's at 91%. You must outglass cannon them, otherwise you will have a bad time. Whee! Alright, so Icicle versus Belladonna. That is a matchup we can win. We are, like, annoyingly, like, we're still taking a lot of damage here. Oh boy. If you try to use an equivalent, like, level, like, try to make something out of metal to take this on, I think you might struggle a little bit. Because the whole shtick of the Pale Fleet is similar to Hawa in that it's like, it's cheap wooden stuff that just has a lot of firepower on it. Which works most of the time. Okay then, so that's the big chopper, and then, oh, it's Kramageddon. Now we're getting into some fun stuff here. Where is the Takayandra? It's over here, yes. This is one of Kovrax's little masterpieces. 900k materials, 1,650 firepower of cram. As of writing, this is by far the most powerful Alpha Strike in Plutono. Unless you are a Grey Talons level brick armor, layout is almost irrelevant. Wait, no. Unless you are a Grey Talons level brick, armor layout is almost irrelevant. There are no blocks in the game that can withstand damage numbers this high. Very fast for a battleship, has 500mm supercap diff guns for secondaries, very hard to kill due to full planar shielding and immense redundancy. So yeah, this thing has a lot of different AIs, and yeah, lots of ducts. Also very big. We've got to. We simply must test the Takayandra against something, because that will be funny. Whoop. Let's go here. Let's spawn in a pair of icicles and see how we do. We might need to spawn in 3 icicles, actually. No, not... Why do I do this to myself? Right. Hawa Confederation. Takayandra. We're going to spawn in 2 icicles. The icicle is a good yardstick. Icicle over here. An icicle over... Actually, yeah, let's spawn in 3 icicles and see what happens, because I think the Takayandra will actually obliterate all 3 of them. Let's see here. This is not just me showing off the icicle. There's a purpose to this, I swear. Alright, you're in the lead, you poor bastard. Uh-oh, that's a lot of cram. Yeah, so, the Takayandra was first made by Kovrax, had hardener pellets, and then, was reminded that you can't use hardener pellets with Hawa, and then they said, oh really? Okay, well, we can work with that. What just exploded? Whee! I think maybe the icicles are gonna win. Actually, maybe not. Oh, they're aiming for hot blocks. What are these little shells? They're adorable. Ah, yep, those are heat shells. Whee! Wow, the icicle is just, thankfully, just a good thing. Uh-oh. Aha! I can't help but notice that, yep. Those crams hurt. A lot. Yep, this icicle is crippled. Oh boy. Whee! Ooh, yes. Let's go look at the, let's go look at the Tachyandra. Yeah, this thing, like the notes say, this thing is really redundant. It has extras of everything. Let's see. You wouldn't think that you could make, like, crams without hardeners that have this much health, but oh boy, you certainly can. And you're dead. You are dead. Despawn, as is honorable. Alright, Tachyandra, let's see what you can do. Oh, hell yeah. I have no idea how long I've been recording. Whoops. I've been recording for a while, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it. Hell yeah. Yeah, so Tachyandra is a scary girl. I think she might win. But we don't have time for that. Unfortunately, I will link down in Platono Test 7 and you can play around with this. Bearing in mind that the actual campaign itself is kind of janky right now, so perhaps don't try that. And where are we? We're here. Then you got carriers, and the notes that Downright Trainer said this, you know more than I do, you built them. Well, so there are 3 carriers that that Hawa has. One of them is, the first one, the most basic one, is the Willow, made by 3D Wrecker. The Willow is... Damn it. Player over there. Where's it, Willow? The Willow is just a basic little carrier. It's got some basic little planes on it. It's not tremendously formidable. It does carrier stuff. You know? Just as you do. It's got little guns on it too. The slightly more scarier carriers are the ones that I personally built for this. So, what is it? The, what the hell was it? It was the Artocarpus. So, Artocarpus is breadfruit, in case you're wondering. So, we've got this little guy, which is mainly just spawning, a few bombers and a few interceptors. So, the Lamums like this. This thing is reasonably cram-proof, because that's Diff Seawiz, carefully camouflaged with, green stuff. And... the carriers are just like, the carrier itself has virtually no armament whatsoever. It does have some torpedoes, and mainly, it's just forcing you to think like, alright, you gotta, it's doing the carrier thing of like making you think, alright, I need different weapons to shoot down the planes and the other stuff. Let's spawn in, what's a fun thing to spawn against? I haven't tested it against a lot of other Hawa stuff, so... spawn it against the Wigan, that'll be fun. Which way is the front? That way is the front. Let's spawn it against the Wigan. The Wigan is fun. Or not. Why do I always do this? Why do I always do this to myself? Where's the Wigan? There it is. There we go. Ah yes, it has rear-launched large missiles, I just remembered. I think. Does it? I don't remember. I had only built this thing. Ah yes, the Wigan. Very fun to explode. And the great thing about the Autocarpus is, yeah, it doesn't matter if you shoot it. It's not the thing you should be scared of. You should be scared of all the planes it's flung at you. Whee! But there's a scarier carrier. There's a much scarier carrier, in fact. And I should know, I made the damn thing. It's called the Eucalyptus. Named for the fact that, do you remember the Pyrophyte? Yeah, this thing spawns in 2 of them. It also has more missiles than you can shake a stick at. So, if we spawn in our favorite thing, which is the Tachyandra, all the way over there, you will see that even if the carrier gets destroyed, the Pyrophytes tend to wreck shop quite nicely. Where is the Tachyandra? There it is. This is laggy because these things are big. I did the stupid thing again. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Why am I bad at spawning things in today? Why am I bad at spawning things in today? Right, you're facing that way. Spawn in the Tachyandra, hopefully not on land. There you go. Tell me that's not on land. I will cry. You're not on land. That is on land. No, it isn't on land. Excellent. Whee. And okay, you didn't see that. You did not see the airship spawn in wrong. You did not see that. You didn't. You're wrong. You're seeing things. I just want to show off me carrier. Game. 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 I just want to show off me carrier. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? There we go. Now, over there, we spawn in the Tachyandra. On the enemy team. At the correct distance. I know how to do this. I swear, I've played this game before. This is not my first time playing the game and with the, like, messing with the spawn menu. I swear. I swear to you. So the fun fact about the Eucalyptus is that it spawns in just way too many things. And of course the Tachyandra is going to annihilate the Eucalyptus itself. But like, yeah, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't with the Eucalyptus. Either you focus down the Pyrophytes, or you focus down the Eucalyptus and one of them is going to get ya. And that's a lot of missiles. Too many, as a matter of fact. Have some fire! Have some fire! Have some fire! It's good for you! Whee! Oh, it's so cruel. When you get 2 Pyrophytes just going to town. Uh-oh, that Pyrophyte got hit. Significantly hit! Is the Tachyandra a more formidable craft than the Eucalyptus? Who would have thought? Although I think this thing is burning to death, which is hilarious. Are you going to fall into the ocean? Because if you do, that's hilarious. Whee! Are you dead? You are very dead. Die honorably! Die! Okay then. Woo! Alright, there is one more carrier to talk about, and that is a flying one. The Lamparium. Where is the Lamparium? It's somewhere around here. I need to remember to order these things right. Lamparium. Here you go. So yeah, it carries interceptors. armed with diff guns that do terrible things to you if you let it get away with it. There's also a few submarines. There's 3 in particular. The Mangrove. And we can probably save a lot of time just by doing this. There we go. There's the Mangrove. Baby's first submarine. Incredibly cheap, has clever variable missile torpedo launchers with signal processors and lots of warheads. Deadly to early craft that cannot attack submarines, explodes instantly if hit by anything substantial. Then you have the Lemnaceae. The Lemnaceae. Why did I name these? This funky little submarine fella. More of a mostly submerged gunboat than a submarine. Fast-firing heat APS is much more dangerous than it looks. Very fragile. Yeah, this thing, if you look at it funny, it dies. But it's just one of those things that's mostly underwater, so it has most of the advantages of a submarine. And the Sargassum, right here. The submarine you actually need to be worried about. Fires 20 large missiles that will absolutely trash you if you're not ready for it. Made of pure explodium, so a good supercap APS can take it out quick. Yeah, this guy's fun. To give you an idea of how much explodium it is, it has a lot of ammo in it. Lots and lots of ammo. Somewhere. I don't know where. Oh well. I remember how to do this. There we go. Good news, everyone. I found the ammo compartment. Now, the boss craft. Unless the player neglects to fight Hawa for a long time, assuming they can deal with them whatever, this is highly unlikely to show up. So just like Nita, there's certain craft which is like, yeah, these will kill you. This is the Posidonia, which we need to spawn in, I just realized. Vehicle types. And cost. There it is. So, this might not be the most powerful craft in Plutono, but it is arguably the most terrifying. Imagine if a bunch of Warhammer 40k orcs took Woodshop class and reverse engineered the event horizon before strapping 4 pyrophytes to the sides. I don't think that. I think if the pyrophytes are meant to spawn in, they're not spawning in with this one. Oh wait, no, they did. No, it's referring to the flamethrowers. This thing. By the way, this thing has flamethrowers. With a top speed of over 130 meters per second, there is no escape. Its flamethrowers can apply fatal amounts of flame to most builds in seconds. These may be replaced with huge missiles in the future, as they are kind of BS. Its 6-barreled APS Abomination fires 500mm shells at a combined fire rate of 660 rounds per minute, obliterating the target, everything near the target, and your eardrums. It is covered with heat sewers, and spawns a Ceratonia fighter to defend it from planes. This version of the blueprint doesn't have that, by the way, but bear in mind the actual one will. It also has a front-mounted battery of 20 500mm 20-segment Hesh diff guns as a secondary. When you have 20 500mm 20-meter long shell diff guns as a secondary, you're talking about a Kovrax build. Kovrax is the person who built this, or Kobrax. I keep saying Kovrax. Unless you go maximum space use or have an equally massive build ready to go, not recommended, you are going to lose craft fighting this thing, and the sooner you make peace with that, the better off you will be. Hit it with nukes, sacrifice craft to distract it, while you deal attritional damage, and above all, disable the flamers. Its main APS is not very accurate, no amount of recoil suppression is going to work on that thing, so build small and evasive while still having decent burst firepower. It won't be pretty, but by the time a 2.6 million material craft spawns in, you should be equipped to fight it. If not, you have probably lost the campaign anyway. I simply must spawn in a mob of icicles to deal with this thing. I think it's going to take 9 of them, actually. So let's spawn in some of those. So what do we got here? We got the Macedonia, 2,000 meters, and roughly 300k, so 6 icicles versus this fella. Aha, yes, it's the battlecruiser version, not the other one. And just to be fair, I'm going to spawn these in on an enemy team so they despawn properly. So we got one there. We're gonna have one here. And one here. This is going to be very laggy, but it's going to be worth it. Because it will be funny. I could have hopped into the custom battle thing, but I didn't. Because I'm clever. Alright, there's the Posidonia. Let's follow her. So, remember what we said about that? Yep, that is a lot of heat. Yep. I don't think the icicles are going to win this. Yep, it just... Yep. Yep. This is all bad for this icicle right here. So the Posidonia just rolls up on top of you. And yeah, it's got flamethrowers that point in multiple directions. Whee! This thing is terrifying. This is a good chance to point out, well, not point out, there's a good chance to thank again everyone who has been contributing to this custom campaign. Like Downrank Train says in the notes, this is not the scariest thing in the campaign. It gets scarier than this. I didn't intend for this campaign to be super hard, but if you crank the difficulty up to godly, the plan is you will have a challenge. And the Posidonia is just one of them. I think the icicles might be... I can't tell if they're doing anything here. I think they are, actually. Fascinating. But anyway, thank you again to everyone who's helping out with this campaign. It is so much appreciated. I could never have done this all on my own. Again, Henry Wong, Arnett, John McFist, and Downrank Train in particular for doing extra help. And if I have not mentioned your name, like, I appreciate the hell out of you anyway. You are appreciated. Give yourself a cookie and a pat on the back, and may the Posidonia never find you. I actually do want to see if the icicles can actually manage this. Somehow, I think they can't. I think they're outclassed here. And yeah, this thing is not at the block limit of 30,000 blocks. We're not getting into the squishy bits right here. And yeah, nah, that flamethrower is no joke. What is everyone's health at? That one's too damaged. I think almost all that one way over there is not damaged. This one's damaged. That one's definitely damaged. Aha! Let's see, yep, so far the notes are pretty accurate. Because ye gods. That is so many ducts. So many delicious ducts. Whee! Can you do it, icicles? Huh, the sound cut out. Nope, it didn't. Okay. I think the icicles might manage it. Whee! There's a lot of fire happening. How do you like fire? Aha! Do you like fire? I think you do like fire. Oh, this poor ice. Look at this! The decks have just been stripped. It's been cored out. And it's still firing. Oh, you poor sods. This was a 6-on-1 as well. It's like, the Posidonia has done serious damage. That's the whole thing with Hawa. Is this, they just do so much frickin' damage. So much damn damage. Damn, Daniel, that's damage. Whee! That one is definitely too damaged. Good news is, the more things die, the less lag there is. Hooray! This is fun. I think the icicles are gonna win. I think it... Oh, wow. What was that? There's a lot of things that just fell off there. Hawa's fun to fight, simply because, like... They fall to bits so easily. It's just like, there's just, no matter what, there's gonna be carnage. You just have to make sure that it's not you suffering from the carnage. Yes! Well, we lost 2 icicles. That's a bummer. Again, like if the icicles were made of like pure metal, this could have been a lot of problem. I think, well, am I going to lose another icicle? No, I don't want to. I don't want to lose another icicle. Also, this is the Posidonia without its escorts. Yay! It's no longer firing its friggin' big guns. Come on, lads! Come on, lads! You're burning, but you're not out of the game! Whee! Yeah, icicles are not exactly cheap, by the way. Also, they melt when you put fire on them. I just realized the irony of, like, having something called the icicle doing something like this. Hilarious. Ironic. Whee! And there we go. 2 damaged. They did it. You did it, lads. But at what cost? You got your faces burned off. Got your faces burned off horribly. How long have I been recording? Oh my god. Oh my lordy lordy. Oh lordy lordy, I'm 40. Well, that's a faction overview. That's a sweet preview of what awaits you in Plutono. Wooden Vengeance Craft coming to murder you. Look forward to the next one eventually. So, thank you again to everyone helping out with this campaign. You are absolute legends. And thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps. And there's fun perks in it for you, like at the lowest tier, access to an exclusive Patreon Discord. We can hang out with me and other cool people. We can talk about building stuff out of wood and how that's actually kind of meta. And at the highest tier, I'll even build craft or do art for you. I've already done that for some people already. It's great fun. And it's like just good to see what people want from me. And do check me out on my other channels. I have a whole bunch. And Twitch. And, in particular, the Stream VOD channel, where the custom campaign building streams are going now. Go give that a look if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. Thank you all so much again, and I will see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell. Yep, commodity is fun to explode.